Live, local, breaking news. This is WYFF News 4 at 6 in high definition.
This is a live look from ResortCamps.com. This is Lake Lure in Rutherford County. The sun has stayed behind those gray clouds most of the day, and tonight we're covering a rainy impact on the Carolinas.
A 75-year-old woman robbed at gunpoint while she waited for family in a mall parking lot.
There is no doubt about it. Students do not like the new food in their schools, to the tune of $1 million less in revenue. I'm Stephanie Trotter, live in Greenville County with a plea from the district.
And hundreds of children are in hospitals in the Midwest with something called enterovirus D68. That virus has hospitals here on alert. The virus starts as a cold, then it gets severely worse.
WYFF News 4's Nigel Robertson has been looking into the potential impact here and joins us now. Nigel?
Michael, the virus itself is very common, especially at the start of any school year. But the pediatric infectious doctor at GHS says they have not identified enterovirus D68 in the upstate yet. However, they're looking for it. The hospital is aware of what is happening in the Midwest, and they are monitoring the patients and the number of infections here just in case. The symptoms are basic cold symptoms. Now, doctors say the time to worry is when the cold system continually and rapidly gets worse. Medical experts say you should then see your doctor. Your doctor will decide if the symptoms are serious enough to admit your child to the hospital.
So the D68 has a higher propensity to attack the respiratory tract, particularly the lower respiratory tract, and cause disease there. Most enteroviruses prefer either the upper respiratory tract or the GI tract.
Again, the hospital is testing kids for the D68 strain, but have not gotten any confirmed cases. Officials with St. Francis Hospital, Mission Hospital, and AnMed Health also said they have not had any patients admitted with the virus. Carol?
Nigel, thank you. Tonight, a grandmother is sharing the lessons she learned from getting robbed at gunpoint outside Westgate Mall in Spartanburg. WYFF News 4's Mike McCormick has the advice that could help you.
It was the scariest thing I've ever had happen to me.
Lucille Dietz just celebrated her 75th birthday, but it was a day of shopping that made her whole life flash before her eyes.
Thankful that she didn't kill me, you know.
On Saturday afternoon, Dietz and her sister stayed in the car while their relatives went into Belk at Westgate Mall.
This hand came into the front of my front window, and it had a gun, and she just said, "If you don't give me your pocketbook, I will blow your brains out."
It happened on a day when Dietz left her gun at home.
I have a gun permit and usually have a weapon with me. But I said, well, I'm going to reach for the dash. Maybe she'll think that I've got mine, and then I thought better. She's one up on me, you know, so I just gave it to her.
Dietz believes she saw the woman in Hamrick's earlier and that she may have followed her.
Before the police could get through with the report, she had already spent some money on my cards for alcohol.
The thief took her purse, her wallet, and family photos, among other things.
I've had a jitters,
but left her with lessons to learn.
I will be watching more closely about my surroundings, and I will be thinking more about what's in my purse. There's a lot of stuff that was in there didn't have to be there.
Westgate Mall here does have security. We reached out to mall management, but they wouldn't comment about the incident. Mike McCormick, WYFF News 4 in Spartanburg.
Apologies tonight from a former Bank of America executive who was arrested in an undercover internet sting. 66-year-old Joe Culler pleaded guilty to attempted dissemination of obscene material to a minor. Prosecutors say Culler believed he was chatting online with a 13-year-old girl. They say he showed his private parts, performed a sex act, and offered to meet for sex. It turns out he was actually chatting with an undercover Greenville police officer.
I should have stopped, but I didn't. I have humiliated my wife, my children, my family, and embarrassed them along with my fellow employees and friends. In the last 24 hours.
Culler received a probationary sentence and was ordered to register as a sex offender and stay out of internet chat rooms. New information tonight. Greenville police say the officer involved in a shooting at the law enforcement center has been released from the hospital. Police say last Monday, 23-year-old Evan Bennett showed up at the Greenville LEC and fired shots into the lobby. Deputies say Bennett shot a responding officer several times. After that, investigators say Bennett took his own life. Deputies believe Bennett is also responsible for the shooting deaths of his stepfather and 2 Greenville County security guards.
Well, it is designed to help students who have weight problems, but is a new national program in schools actually hurting students in class. WYFF News 4 Stephanie Trotter is live and local from the Greenville County School District for us tonight. Steph, good evening.
Good evening, Michael. You know, every single student that we've spoken with over the past week, every single one has said they don't like the new healthier food that the schools are providing in the cafeterias this year. And now the sales reports are coming in and they're confirming that sales are down, driving up educators' concerns. It's supposed to be a helping of health, low-fat, calorie-conscious meals as dictated by the Healthy Hunger-Free Kids Act. But kids aren't buying it.
We did not know it would be that extreme.
Interim Food Services Director Joe Urban says Greenville County school cafeteria sales are down $5,400 a day, tracking for $1 million less this year. 2 favorites, Papa John's Pizza and Chick-fil-A sandwiches, are no longer favorites, with their smaller size and blander taste. These sales actually impact other entrees.
The a la carte revenue we take in, it does help us keep our lunch prices down. It also helps us procure more local fresh fruits and vegetables, and it's going to be a challenge.
PTAs are also suffering now that junk food's been banned from school stores and special events. Wade Hampton's store typically generates $30,000 to $40,000 a year that supports after-school tutoring for students who need assistance. Now the principal is asking for help. When it comes to food, he wants to educate, not regulate.
We're in the business of educating students how to make good choices, and so we want to continue to do that education, but have the flexibility to be able to do what's right for our school.
Greenville County School Board of Trustees has sent the state this letter asking for emergency relief through exemptions, especially with fundraisers, stating any further delay in the adoption of these exemptions is detrimental to both our schools and students. The National Act does allow states to say they want X number of exemptions. However, South Carolina asked for 0. So Greenville County administrators are frustrated in that they already had a national award-winning nutritious meal plan in place, and now they're feeling a bit hamstrung by this. As for that letter that they have sent to the state asking for exemptions, they say it could be a couple of months yet until they hear any word in return. Stephanie Trotter, WYFF News 4, live in Greenville County.
Thank you, Steph. Chief Meteorologist John Cessarich joins us now. A lot of rain overnight has made it cooler, but don't get used to it, huh?
Yeah, it's not going to last. The humidity level is remaining fairly high, but at least it's nice cool down. How about 60s and 70s out there? It is nice, especially with that northeasterly breeze at 5 to 15 miles per hour, certainly making it feel more comfortable outside. And as you can see, we've cooled down into the 70s mainly and a few 60s, 62 right now in Boone, but everyone else is basically in the 70s. A few rain showers into the southwestern mountains of North Carolina and North Georgia mountains, and those were thunderstorms scattered around. Now they've weakened to just rain showers and very little movement with the showers. But temperatures very pleasant outside, but then it's going to heat back up, and then a big time cool down way down the road. I'll talk more in detail about that a little bit later on.